Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Okay. I bought some coffee from a convenience store. And I knew I didn't have any coffee at home. And I knew I was going to have to stop. Hey, Yolanda, I knew I was going to have to stop somewhere. So I grabbed my creamer from the house. Love you, what's up? Bell College, good morning. Chloe, what up? What it do, y'all? What the business is? What's the word, man? Oh, hold on. Car table talk. Car table talk. What's the topic? I don't have my car table out though. It's back there. It's back there. I'm using this bread that was in my to-go plate yesterday that I had for dinner. I got some of this, what is this called? Kaneka sausage. Y'all know what? I need to take my ass in the building. I am late. I put this in the air fryer this morning. I had planned on getting to work like super duper early. Let me tell y'all, Dad Chronicles. Dad Chronicles. Oh, let me see. Okay, Nola. I need to be in the office too. I got home. Bird is the word. So, y'all want about it? I want about it. Daddy woke me up at 4:30. Daddy woke me up. I was mad aside him. Like I heard like a knock. You know how I was sleeping. So I heard something. But then I heard my door open and that made me be like, yeah. But he didn't come in the room. He was like, I said, Dad, is that you? He said, I didn't know if you was home. I said, Dad, last night I came home. I ate my food. I straightened up in that kitchen and I went to bed. I wanted to say, well, what you want? I did. No, I said, you good? And he just closed my door and walked off. Boy, when you come in, don't walk in my room. Hey, Shatan, what's up? A Bell College girl, I need some mustard so bad. I wish there was some in this car. I do need some mustard. Hey, my girl. But yeah, that woke me up. So, you know, it's like I'm one of those people that once I'm up, I can't go back to sleep. Not immediately. Because I'm like, that situation, like, my heart racing. I don't know if I got to pop somebody. Surprise, hello. And my eyes don't focus. You know, it take a while for my eyes to focus. And I've been sleeping. Ain't no telling what the hell I was dreaming about. So I was like, okay, now I got to get up because my adrenaline rushing. Now I got to pee. So let me go ahead and make water. And so now I'm like, oh, I remember what I was watching when I went to sleep. Well, when I got into bed, what was watching me, put it like that. I'm still trying to watch the original 4 seasons with Carol Burnett and all them. So I turned that back on. fell back asleep. But the thing about it is I fell asleep. I was up for about an hour. Read his coloring book. Child, he got coloring books. He got crosswords. Word fine, he ain't doing none of that. I'm taking off. Oh, never mind. He ain't gonna be here. But hopefully he be can stay sober enough to go to the senior center. He needs something to do. What's up, MJ? Passion, what up? That dog came. Oh, y'all haven't been able to find any hot cheese popcorn. I'm full. I got crumbs on me. Yeah, he is bored. Y'all want some coffee? Oh. Y'all, I was having a talk with a friend of mine yesterday. I ain't gonna be on here long because I gotta go in. But, and his son getting ready to go to college, right? I should have known. The coffee at regular convenience stores be so... I put creamer in this and everything. You know what? Let me say this. It's the fact, okay. Sorry, y'all. Something about me that y'all don't know. I think I may have talked about it a few times here and there. But I'm a big advocate for secondary education, okay? I help out. Well, not since I've been living here. But, you know, I've always been big on it, help out with parents, and I help do advising, you know, and help college students, you know. I do that. Like, that's my volunteer. That's my passion. And I'm not saying, and it's mainly for me, my passion and my main audience are Black women, okay? And it's just always been that way because I have girls and I'm a woman. And it's just that I push it. I'm big on it because I always felt like, well, I'm a double minority. And I never want anybody to tell me what I can and cannot do. I will show you what I can and cannot do. And I will not be held back because I don't have a certain piece of paper. Right? And today we're in times and things are kind of changing to where you can have this 4-year degree. And let me explain this. A lot of times companies, it really isn't. So like if you have work experience, a lot of times they really just want to see that you're a dedicated person. This 4-year degree shows dedication. That's you know, and that hey, you're willing to put in the work. Like you're probably more apt to be structured. You get what I'm saying? But not necessarily. But that's why a lot of times companies like, oh, they look at, oh, military, oh, they're disciplined, like they're structured. They know about, they should have work ethic, that kind of stuff, right? So I said all that to say this. I'm not gonna go too deep because that's me, because I really do push it, just to be like, hey, get it done, get it under your belt, get some people skills. Don't ever let anybody tell you what you can and cannot do. Especially if you can do it. You know, you show people. Cheese popcorn, yeah, I want me some hot cheese popcorn. So anywho, let me get back to it. Pilot, what up though? So, um, so my a friend of mine's son is going to college, and but the major is psychology. And he's like, oh, I don't think my son need to do that because this is this. People that do that, they get burnt out. And the only way he gonna be able to make some money is if he get his PhD. No, that's not true. That's not true. Okay. So then it's funny, and he was like, because I went to school for that. I was like, okay. So I was like, now don't put off what you did. Don't put that on your child. I think you should be proud that he's even going. He was like, I just don't want him to go and be changing his mind like I did. So I know the type of lifestyle he want to live. Boo-boo. Now ain't nobody really coming up out of college making 6 figures out the gate with an undergrad, my boy. So what are you talking about? So and he's like, no, because I don't need him to be wasting no time, and he need to be making this kind of money, and he was like because this is, and then you know what he said? He said no, because Melissa, this is what white people do. They coach their kids. I said, yeah, but you know what? They do it from like grade school, shabu, elementary, grade, middle. They're coaching. They prepare you. Should wherever you. Now you want to be all in the mix and making the calls and the plays and all that. Now that he finna go to college, he was like, because colleges don't care. This is what he said. Colleges don't care about the students. They only want the money. And I said, okay, I can see why you might feel the way you feel, because you felt you weren't properly advised. I'm not going to tell you the 2 colleges that he went to, but they weren't high on the totem pole. Okay? Not taking digs, because he did get it. And no, he's not doing, he changed his major twice. He's not doing what he went to school for, but he lives a pretty decent life. He made 6 figures. What's up, Shania? And I'm trying to explain to him, I was like, no, like, you should have been involved in doing the grooming for what he needs to be doing all this time, not now. So at this point, let him do his thing. I said, but see, once again, a lot of times parents forget shit happen at home. And so once again, I said, okay, parent, just like it's been a few times I've had to have discussions with parents. Like, hey, parent, did you do your homework? Did you look at the school that your son is going to look at the success rate? And his son is going to, first of all, it's a private school. So, and I was explaining, I was like, first of all, private schools and public schools are handled totally different when it comes to funding. And I was like, but look at the success rate and this and that and this and that. You weren't at one of those type of schools, baby. Like at his school, at your son's school, they going to get a mentor out the gate. They do all of that, but I was like, don't discourage him. And I was telling him, I explained, I said, do you know a big part of the reason why the curriculum, your bachelor's, your undergrad is set up the way it is? You have core, because it's like an extension of high school. That core is to give you, just in case y'all didn't know this, hey, Princess Aura, hey, Kicking When You Need, just in case y'all didn't know. So those first 2 years is to give you that opportunity. So that's what's like, you still doing regular smegular stuff pretty much those first 2 years, right? That's your core. And then they have you, for a reason, do electives in other areas for this reason, because a lot of times people go to college and sometimes really don't have a clue. But it's like once you get in there, you get exposed to this and you're getting exposed to that. Oh, I like this. Oh, I'm liking that. And here, that is the time that you change up those majors and you're really not affecting and losing credits. Okay? Y'all listen to me, okay? Now, that third and fourth year, okay, that's pretty much when you're in your field. Now, that's when you might have hiccups when you change your major at that 3 and 4 year mark, okay? But truth be told, for most people, your bachelor's take about 5 years, okay? So, Bell, that's exactly what I said. Okay, so what do you want him to do? Since you want him to do, what do you want him to do? I don't know. I just know psychology ain't a degree that he need to be trying to get. Let him find his way, bruh. Yo, he going. Okay, I can tell y'all this. He's going to Morehouse. But well, you ain't community college. You cannot compare your community college experience to what he's getting ready. And let him do it. Let him do it. Don't discourage that baby because you feel because I told him, I said, I'm gonna tell you something. The caliber of student that's accepted into Morehouse is not a student that doesn't want to be a student. You get what I'm saying? Did you? Good morning, y'all. I'm just on here just preaching about education right now. My mama in here. My mama groomed me from the rip. You get what I'm saying? That's like it happens at home. Like what I tell y'all, she be like, I'm bored. Go read a book. Shit is something to do. You know, it's always something to do. And that's why I was like, oh, okay, now you want to have a say, Dad. Like, boy, bye. Sit down somewhere. Sometimes that baby has to find his own way, live how he wants to, not how it's right. And I told him, I said, you need to be there for guidance at this point. You want to talk about what the white people do? What? Baby, you're not a white people. And the thing about it, you're not doing this. But if you're trying, you haven't been coaching and getting him prepared for this next phase in his life. And I'm not taking away now. He think he's an amazing dad. What I'm just saying is that when it was coming to the education, you haven't been there and been grooming and get him prepared for this next phase. Now that he's done this and he's done that, because he was like, well, when I was in school, I did everything by myself. I even did my FAFSA wrong one time. Well, my boy, maybe you didn't need to be in school, but you know, it was just one of those things, and I was like, don't put you off on him, though. You know, like, and it's funny. Me and him had I love having discussions like these type of discussions with him because a lot of times people don't know how to disagree with each other, and baby, he be headstrong and I be headstrong on my shit. And because when it comes to education, I will push it. And, you know, explain like, so we go into debt for other reasons. We buy homes, we buy cars, like nobody can never repossess the knowledge that you can obtain. You get what I'm saying? And the respect that you can gain and all of this. Because like, baby, I flex. I do. Surprise, hello. And it's funny, as I'm older, and I be like, oh, I've been accounted for. And I be like, yeah, you know, I came out of college in 02. Yeah, pop your shit, girl. Maybe people need to get their education while they can. Because... And not saying like, they're not necessarily trying to take education away. They just trying to take away certain funding, right? And any color that you are, you can be prepared for that. Well, also pay for their kids for a ride to school. Like you said, they train them from birth and prepare. Yes. And that's the thing. And it's like, I mean, I might not be, you know, I ain't know. And I told him, I said, do you know that there are a lot of successful people that don't have big degrees? You know what I'm saying? And you know, it was just one of those things, like us having that conversation. And I was just like, I just wanted to explain to you, get him those couple years. You're his parent, but he got into this school, so clearly he's did the work, you know, that he needed to do to go here. I say just be there for guidance at this point. Stay stay active in this part of his life. And I said, you can't go to these meetings with the advisors because these schools, they are grooming them and preparing them for the real world. Mama and daddy can't fix all your shit when you grown, boo. You can't. So I was like, so stay abreast on, hey, when is your meeting with your advisor? When do you meet your mentor? What is your relationship with your mentor? Okay, well, hey, like, well, follow up. You can do that. You can do that. You can still guide him. But give him the, I saw say, give him them first 2 years. That's core. Give him them first 2 years. Let him find his way. And if he and stay on it. Somebody need to hear this because some children getting ready to go into school. Stay involved. That's it. Being involved don't mean calling that college. That Let me tell y'all something. Let them children grow up. They in college now. You can't call the college. No. What's that? Oh Lord. Is it FERPA? Shit, I forgot. But yeah, like, like students' information is protected. So don't be calling. No, they got to grow up. So you should have been getting them prepared. Better say you so right that part because mom and dad. I go, and won't. Hey, Betty, good morning. Y'all, hey, Red, I'm just. Well, I make sure I spoke to everybody. Shania, okay, because I'm getting ready to get up off here. B Spikes, hey, I think I spoke to you. So yeah, I'm missing quite a bit. So I'll let my kids make their own choice and like just get yeah, like you just be there. Just be there for guidance. And when you see them like, then you be like, hold on, here I go. What's going on? Sometimes they don't want to hear because I said, well, could your parents have told you? Your parents probably knew you ain't even had no business being in college, but they was just gonna let you do you. But y'all, I done had gave my little speech about education and everything, but I just feel like, not saying, but I am a strong advocate, especially for black women getting their education, building their resumes, right? Getting your education and building your resume. That I am big on that. I know I get on here and I cut up a lot and I don't talk about that, like what I'm passionate about. But I am very, very, very passionate about that. And because a lot of times everybody's not afforded that opportunity to get that type of education. Everybody know, I mean, like, it's not for everybody. And that's why I say, but build your resume. What is it that you're passionate about? What do you like to do? Like, I don't know, this is my thing. Like, if it's anything that you could do, with me, like mentoring and being advisors, helping out other young women. Like, what is it that you want to do? Like, if you could just pick like your favorite, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm big on that. I'm a big advocate for it. And it's like, get something. Get a trade. Get this, get that. To do something. To always have a plan B. Always have something to fall back on. Options. Real options. Not John's for options. Real options. Because you know what? Ain't no bag better than the bag that's guaranteed to you. And your guaranteed bag is the one you get. You get what I'm saying? I don't sit around and have to wait for no man, no woman, no nothing to see about me, because when I get to them people, that's my guarantee. What is it that you would do for free? Right. But y'all, I got to get up off here. I'm finished preaching. Y'all have a